So the first thing, step one, everything starts with our bias, right? We're not executing trades randomly and then sort of try to justify it afterwards. So yes, we form the macro and the sentiment bias first, based on fundamentals, positioning, broader context, and only after that do we start thinking about execution. Now, that distinction matters because it changes how you think about the stops, invalidation, and retries. The second step is that tight stops are a feature, they're not a flaw, right? So when you see us using relatively tight stops, often around sort of 5 points in FX, it's not we're trying to be clever or super aggressive or anything like that. It's because we're treating the execution as a test of our idea. It's not a statement of confidence. And a tight stop simply answers one question. Is this idea working here? And if the answer is no, we want to know as quickly and as cheaply as possible. That's why we don't widen stops to avoid being wrong. Being wrong early, right, is part of the process. And that is the great weakness of macro fundamental trading, is you can be right on the macro thesis, right, but you can be wrong on your timing. And there's many times if you speak to big macro traders, they'll talk about managing risk. The ones that manage it successfully have found a way to manage their risk profile. The ones who've given up with macro trading are often because they had a thesis that was correct, but their timing was wrong and they were sort of 500, 600 points underwater and it wiped their account. So lots of people who've done that successfully traded a macro narrative, 6 months, a year, 2 years, and then one macro narrative caught them out. This entry system solves that problem, right? You're wrong. Okay, you lost 15 points maximum. You see? And as long as your risk profile is correct for those 15 points, you're fine.